This seed's going to have you spawn around here. You might spawn up there or right around here. But it is a pretty good snow seed for a spawn. Got a lot of flat lying area right there. And if we go across this little frozen river, and heck, even along it, you got a nice area for building, and even more so over here. A lot of flat area to work with right here, and even more up here. And you got a lot of trees surrounding you over there, you got some more over there, and you even got some more over there. And some ice spike biome right over in this general vicinity. In this seed, you're going to spawn in this general area right here. Got a nice little flat land area right there with some hills off in that distance. If you turn around, you got a whole ice spike area right behind you. I mean, that's a lot of them. With this little valley right here. And right next to spawn, you have a snow village right here. It's a pretty decent sized one as well, with it being partially on this hill. And you have a lot of this mountains covered in snow, which is honestly pretty good scenery to look at. So you have honestly a pretty perfect soul seed spawn. In this seed, you're going to spawn right in this flatland area. You got quite a few trees in the middle of the area right here, which is actually kind of on a hill. You have a nice little ice spike / frozen area right there in the direction of the sun. You got some trees over there and some more trees over there. And you got some hills over there. But what we are going to do, and I'm sure you might have seen it on screen, is look towards the sun and just follow this frozen area right over here. And you will eventually come across some more flatland area for building, as you can see. And a pretty good sized village in the snow biome right here. And a ruined portal right over there. So, pretty good village, relatively close to spawn with several snow flat areas close to the spawn for the seed. This seed is a bit special. As you can see, you got a lot of water like right here. And if you look over here, you got this nice little river going alongside this. And if you climb up here, you'll see that it's water all around here. And yes, I'm sure some of you picked up on it. This is a pretty big island, with the lowest elevation being right here by this little river or inlet or whatever the heck you want to call that right there. And on the other side of the island being mostly a snow mountain that goes up pretty high, probably about 20 blocks shy of the cloud level. Got some water right there. And watch, I'll come over here. See, this is the cloud level. And then here's like the tip of this area right there. And actually that area might be a little bit taller. So this is a pretty cool spawning location. There's no villages or anything else on here, but if you want a mountain, snow island seed, here you go. This seed may spawn you in a tree, so do watch your step, but you're going to have a pretty large forested area with some trees covered in snow and some not covered in snow. You have this little frozen area over here that's partially frozen and some of it is not, which honestly looks pretty freaking cool. If you follow the river down here, you will actually come across a little island in this river, which is kind of cool, with a ruined portal on it. And then it diverges into multiple paths. And as you can see, if we look up, you got some hills over there that have snow covering and a lot of trees around here. This is like a winter wonderland for those who like this kind of seed. If you follow this down here, it does clear up where there's less trees, and a little village there with a lava pool right next to this river. So overall, a pretty cool little snow forest. In this seed, you're going to spawn in this little snow plains biome. You got a little frozen lake over here with an island on it. You got some frozen tree areas over here with a nice little mountain. Although I guess frozen tree. You got trees with snow on top of it. You got a little snow biome or snow plains area over here, which is pretty good. You got a little cavern entrance right there. You got a plains biome there with some pretty interesting hills. And if you go back to spawn, or close to spawn, you're going to come across this little snow village that's right next to a plains biome. So if you wanted a little hybrid village or wanted a snow plains village right next to a plains area, there you go. And you have a pretty large plains biome right there with some pretty cool hills nearby. So, enjoy. This seed is going to spawn you right around here, and you are on a snow island. Right at spawn, you got a little frozen area right here, and it goes a little bit further in there like that. So, pretty interesting little feature right here if you want to work with that. But you are surrounded by a frozen wasteland. There's a lot of ice mixed with some unfrozen area of water. You do have over on this side some areas where you can build some little flatland areas, but you also have some trees over there just a little past this little frozen area right there. A little lava, not really a pool, little I'll just say a stream. And you got a bunch of ice spike biomes, or ice spikes surrounding you. Got even more forest over in that direction. But overall, pretty cool little island right at spawn if you wanted to be on a little frozen island. You're going to spawn in this general vicinity for this seed. If you look around, you got a lot of hills just all around you. A lot of them covered in trees. Got this nice little frozen river right next to spawn. Got a little cave-like feature right here. So if you really like caves, right there is a pretty good one. Got a little nice entrance right here for potential base. But if we go over here, we got this pretty good snow area for maybe building up a little path to a relatively flat hilltop area for whatever house or base you want to end up building up here. And it's a pretty large area, as you can see. It goes on for a while, and you got plenty of trees in the surrounding area. Or if you just want to build somewhere else, you got a lot of pretty good snow scenery pretty much in all directions from spawn. This seed's going to have you spawn right next to this pretty big hill. If you turn around, you got a pretty large snow biome. We're going to focus on this little area, but this seed is actually really good. You got 3 massive snow hills right there. There's a village on that hill right there, and each of these hills have a large area of flatland for you to build. And if we focus on this area, we got a massive cavern entrance right below spawn, essentially. That, look at that. You got a lot. And it gets even better. If you go over here, it goes down further, and you got like an evil lair possibility, like for building some kind of evil base or just a base in general. Right here. Really freaking cool. Really awesome. And you got some less area covered by lava right here. Now, if we head back up through to the entrance, and we go to the other side of the hill, because we spawned over on that side of the hill. If we come over here, you're going to have a pretty awesome hill village. It's right next to the snow biome. So you have the snow village over there. You have a regular, I wouldn't say, let's just say a forest village right here. And just a lot of trees all around. So overall, really, really good snow seed. One of the perfect ones if you want to have a pretty good winter wonderland with a massive cavern entrance right there. This seed's going to have you spawn in this snow plains biome right here. It is a pretty large snow plains biome. Over on this side, you got a lot of green area if you want to go there. As you can see, unfrozen. However, once you come over here, you got a lot of flat area for either building or whatever the heck you want to do. And if you go over in this direction, you're going to have a village that's not too far from spawn. As you can see, you got some snow or ice spike biomes over here. You got a pretty decent sized village right here. However, if you go over here, you got more flat area for building. And you got some more right there. And if we come over here, we got even more flat area for building. As you can see, pretty good. And you got yet another village. So you have 2 villages, one over there, one over there. Both of them are visible from spawn, depending on your render distance. But they can be visible from spawn. If not, you're over there. go that way or go that way, and you're going to come across the villages, as you can see.